Hey everybody, welcome back to Carbon's DIY Garage. Today I'm going to invite you inside that door into the kitchen because our GE Quiet Power 3 dishwasher is making this sound. So that sound is normally not a bad thing. It usually means that the dishwasher is ready to go run a cycle because you just shut the door. And if you've opened the door in the middle of a cycle, you'll hear that sound about once every minute. It's reminding you to shut the door so it can keep running its cycle. What you don't want to hear is that noise randomly in the middle of a cycle, continuously every minute until you turn the power off to the dishwasher, no matter what buttons you push. And for me, the wash lights the cycle I had selected was hot wash or something like that, was flashing as well. Resetting it, powering it off for 10 minutes, all that stuff did not clear it out. It just kept beeping. And so decided that since that dishwasher only usually makes that sound when the dishwasher is closed or it wants you to close the door, it's probably something to do with the switches associated with the door being closed. So let's head on inside, take a look, and try to get this thing fixed. And if you haven't subscribed to the channel, if you're new to the channel, check out some of the other videos, hit that subscribe button. There's always lots of fun projects going on, and you're more than welcome to come join, learn a few lessons as I learned them the hard way. Let's go check it out. So there are 8 screws around the edge of the door that you need to remove, and once you get those 8 screws loose, you can just wiggle the door a little bit and you can get it free. This is the inner door, and then there's the outer door, and you can fold this up and just put it out of the way like that. And then you need the inner door, or sorry, you need the outer door to work on. And then your switches that tell the dishwasher whether the door is open or closed is right underneath this cover. And there's a plunger right here that has a spring that runs right under here. If you lose that spring, you can be in a world of hurt. So as we open this door, be careful of that spring. Just take a flathead screwdriver and wedge it under one of these tabs. Comes off really easily. Take that off. And there are your switches. And there's the spring I was talking about, so you can take the plunger and the spring out very carefully. Set them aside, don't lose the spring. I'll say that a lot in this video. And then these are the 2 switches, and one or both of them might be broken. And in my case, I think it's gonna be this one. The reason that I know that this switch is the one that's broken is because I actually have had this open already once before and played with it. And when I depress both of these switches with the power to the dishwasher turned on, the dishwasher started running again. It started running the cycle. So that made it clear that the dishwasher just thought the door was open. And as soon as I got both of these switches closed, it thought everything was normal. It started running again. One word of caution though, anytime you're doing anything with electronics and water, turn the power off. And so it was a good way for me to troubleshoot that's what the issue was, but not really a smart situation for doing any sort of maintenance. So before you start working on this thing, turn the power off. Either turn off the breaker, unplug it, or turn off the switch that provides the power. So the way this works is that when you shut the dishwasher door all the way, this piece right here goes through the inner door and depresses this plunger. And that plunger pushes both of the contacts in. And since these switches are a normally closed switch, it causes the switch to be open, and the dishwasher interprets both switches being open as the door actually being closed. So it's kind of a little bit of reverse logic there, but as long as the plunger is depressed, the dishwasher knows the door is fully closed and it'll run. So the way these are supposed to work is that there's a spring behind the switch that is always pushing this black tab up and away from the switch contacts. And so if you look at the one here that works correctly, maybe you can even hear it. very clearly always comes right back up. On this side, it does not. Let's see. So the clicking is not really there. Sometimes it'll bounce all the way up, and sometimes it does not. And it's way softer feeling than on this side. So it's actually this one that's broken, and it's got to be a little piece of plastic inside there that is preventing it from springing all the way back up. If the contacts or the switches inside get broken, like mine is over here, then the switch, since it's normally closed, will show closed inside the dishwasher. The switch will go marked as closed, and the dishwasher will think the door's open, and it'll stop running the cycle. And that's the problem I've been having, is that even though the plunger's depressed, the switch is not functioning, and the dishwasher will stop running its cycle. As I'm playing with this, you'll notice I'm holding the spring down in place. Do not let the spring get loose and lose it, because then you'll have to buy a new plunger or just spend a lot of time searching to find this spring. But that's how this works, and for just a couple bucks I can replace this switch and it should all be back up and running again. To remove the switches, first just remove the plunger. It just comes out. Again, hold on to that spring, don't lose it, and keep track of the orientation. This flat part needs to be facing up, so the full length of the plunger goes down or towards the front of the dishwasher. I'm gonna go ahead and replace both switches, basically just because I bought a 2-pack, so I may as well do them both since they're both the same age. Flathead screw. Of course, power to the dishwasher is turned off at this point. Either circuit breaker, unplug it. Mine's actually connected to a switch, so I've got it switched off. Flathead screwdriver, we'll pop these right out, and then you just disconnect the terminals. I'll leave a link in the video description for the new ones I bought. But here's one of them. You can see it looks identical. It's the same type, same ratings, same normally closed switch. So I'll just pull these off, put them onto the new switch, do the same on the other side. It'll be good to go. So this is taking the old switches apart, and getting these connectors off are not simply a pull. At least mine were not. They're actually there's this hole, and use a tiny little pick, or in my case a little screwdriver, to push through that hole, and I needed to push out the tab on the connector because it's clipped in just a little bit. So if you have a little resistance pulling it apart, try that trick. So it's a simple switch, so which wire goes on which lead should not really matter, but I like to put things back the way I found them, so I'm going to put the black white on this one, the recessed one, and then the pure black one on this one in the middle. All right, that's done. So now I just do the same thing on the other side, red and white on we'll call it the top of the screen, and then the pure white one in the middle. All right, and once that's done, I just put them back in. There's 2 posts, 2 holes, pretty straightforward. Okay, fingers on here so I don't lose the spring. Let's check and make sure it works. Nice and solid motion on both switches, so we're in good shape. Just go ahead and put that cover back on. 2 small clips go here on the top, and then just push it over. Clicks in place, and now we can just put the inner door, get that down. I definitely need to do the dishes, but just screw all the 8 screws back together and you should be in good shape. All right, it's the moment of truth. Soap is loaded, dishes are loaded, power's turned back on, all the screws are in place. Let's shut the door. It beeped, so it thinks the doors are closed. Let's flip Mike over and let's make some clean dishes. And it's working again, so that's fantastic. That's all I've got for this video. Simple switch replacement. It took about 2 days for the switches to get here. I'll leave a link in the video description. I think it was $10 or less for the parts, and certainly saves a lot of money compared to having to buy a new dishwasher. Hope this video has been helpful to a few folks at least. If you have any questions, drop them in the comments. I'll try to help you out. If you like this video, there's a lot of other DIY type videos that I've got on my channel and a lot more to come. So subscribe to the channel to see what's coming up next, and like the video, give it a thumbs up. I appreciate it. So thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time. Have a good one.